I've been thinking a lot about God lately, and how gamers feel about him or her or them. Not any God in particular. I'm just gonna say God because I don't really know what to say. Thinking about this led me to ask Call of Duty players questions about God, which, not gonna lie, was extremely difficult at first and uncomfortable.
It's hard asking people questions about religion. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
But once I pushed through the discomfort, I realized that it was necessary for me to continue, because talking to people about things that you're not supposed to online, like God, it's freaking important, dude. Look.
So what do you guys think about God? Do you believe in a God?
While stabbing, he's cracked.
What do you think
Let's
it
not
is?
get into it.
Why not
my
get
crotch
into
got
it? I
stuck.
think these conversations are important, you know, with random online strangers that
Yeah,
we
you
never
know,
ever talk to ever again.
I agree. You know, it's a nice, healthy conversation.
So I did a warm-up round by screaming random shit that sparked conversation.
Jesus was a Jew.
Hey, what?
Yeah, Jesus was Jewish.
Tell God.
Why they hung him?
Did you not know this?
Nah, I really didn't, to be honest
What
with
the
you.
fuck?
I didn't know that, nigga.
Well,
That's
shit.
crazy. That's why they hung him? What the
That's why
fuck?
they killed him, because he was Jewish and then
It's
he
one
was
of the
like
reasons.
making Christianity and shit.
Hung him, huh? Alright, they put him on that little cross shit.
Yeah, but
You gotta watch
Jewish
the
as
movie
fuck.
on him.
After teaching people fun facts about Jesus, I re-entered my journey with confidence and acquired the answer to the question that all of us non-religious and religious people have been wondering.
If all
Come
of
on,
the
one more,
gods
yeah.
got in a fight, who do you think would win?
Me,
I'm going for the J Master, you know, Jesus.
think Jesus. Nah, but for real, Buddha, bro. Like,
Why Buddha though? Are you a
he'll
Buddhist?
reincarnate. Yeah. So if we die or something, we're gonna come back in another life. You know what I mean? The business is not done. You're gonna be taken down eventually.
Do you think that there's a final form of reincarnation that occurs when you reach nirvana?
I don't know, man. But nah, Buddha though, bro. You saying Jesus, Lord, right? Why Jesus?
The power of love, baby, turns water into wine, gets everyone fucked up, throws mad parties. Think about it.
That's true.
All of this talk about God made me wonder what God's personal alignment was. Good guy? Bad guy? Good guy? Bad guy? I don't know. The gods that my teammate and I had mentioned, Jesus, who's like actually just a third of a god, and Buddha, who's not even a god. I'm serious. Sorry, random
but
internet
Buddha,
man.
bro.
But they were both supposed to be relatively peaceful god people things. But some of their followers weren't so peaceful. Jesus' people got the fucking crusades. And right now, in Myanmar, there's this crazy monk dude that's persecuting Muslims. Which is why I asked.
Do you think God is a good guy or a bad guy?
Good guy.
Why? What if he's a bad guy? What if
He's a bad
mean?
guy. Like the Avengers. Bad
Yeah.
guy.
Everybody's mean.
It's like, I don't know. Who's a bad guy?
Thanos?
Fucking Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos. There you go. I'm fucking on crack.
This dude did not just compare God
Kratos
to
was in the
Thanos, right?
Fortnite event. I
Yeah,
don't
what
know
if God
he's,
is?
like,
Dude,
ever-
Thanos is pretty godly, bro. Think about it.
Well, no shit. He has a
Oh my
fucking.
God.
He had the Infinity
I was
Stones,
fucking. There
which,
was
like,
literally.
Dude! After being laughed at for comparing God to Thanos, and some guy yelling, dude! I knew that most people who believed in God were probably gonna say that he's a good guy and not believe my Thanos God comparisons. Closed-minded. With this in mind, I began to wonder why God was so important to some people.
Why do you think that God is important to some people?
That's a pretty deep question to ask me right now. I don't know.
This approach made people extremely uncomfortable, so I had to go back to the most basic question about God in order to hopefully avoid the existential stress from trying to explain to people why you believe in God. Whew. Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Which God?
God.
Like Christian God? Are you Christian, Catholic,
Yeah.
Protestant?
Christian.
What made you start believing in God?
Since I was born. I go to a Catholic school, and there's a lot of people who that aren't Catholic, because that makes no sense.
Believing that not believing in God wasn't really a choice that someone should be looked down upon for, I respectfully pressed him on this issue.
Why doesn't it make sense? Do you think their parents
'Cause
forced them to
Catholic
go to Catholic school because they want them to be Catholic, though?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
If you had kids, would you make them go to church? Or how would you feel if they came out as not believing in anything?
I don't know.
Oh, they got through. That guy left. You probably got uncomfortable talking about God.
Realizing that this series of questions made this guy extremely uncomfortable, I began to wonder why people in general got so weird when you started talking about God.
Do you think that people get uncomfortable when they talk about religion because it makes them face their mortality?
No, I think that's why religion was created. I also think good and evil, especially if we're talking about people, has to do with chemicals in the brain and the way they were raised, not necessarily any kind of force.
I found myself agreeing with this guy's concept of good and evil. I understand that the barriers that life puts on a child through trauma or some other form of horrible thing happening definitely makes a big difference as to whether a child becomes a famous hockey player or a cannibalistic psychopath. Delicious. I found his take intriguing. I was interested in what he thought about God.
God's a bitch, and his son was a bitch. He died for all our sins, but there were people before him, so like they were doing pretty fine without him. I think religion was just created to calm down stupid people from realizing that one day they have to die.
I thought this take was a little harsh at first. Maybe they're not all stupid. I hope. There are definitely some people that believe in God to hide from the fear of death. It's not that spooky. You can't feel fear when you die. Think about it. Unless hell exists, that's pretty scary. But as someone floating around in spiritual limbo, all fucked up and confused, wanting to believe that all religions are real, but also accepting that there might be nothing, I wanted to find someone who was a strong believer to hopefully gain an opposing lens. Through this, I found someone to talk to who had a degree in Christian leadership. Damn, I'm good. Oh.
I have a degree in like Christian leadership, so like I did theology and like philosophy and all the good stuff. And I've never done anything with that degree. So
We then got on the conversation of what you'd want to do with her degree, and the conversation took an interesting turn.
What would you want to do with it if you could?
I guess like
You could
I used
teach
to work
religion.
in ministry. No, absolutely not. I hate religion.
Interesting. The plot thickens.
Well, there's like a
I'm
difference
reloading!
between, well, to me at least, there's a difference between religion and like Christianity. So like religion is man-made; it causes wars. It's
Where the
stupid
fuck
as
did he go?
fuck. But like Christianity is all about like you love who you love.
There's someone who thinks that Buddha could defeat Jesus, that Thanos could never be God.
Idiots.
A vehement atheist, a Catholic schoolboy, someone with a degree in Christianity who hates religion, or someone who's stuck in the middle like me. We should all just really try to have a conversation. It's difficult to have at first, but through being attentive and patient, we might learn that even people who have weird-ass different beliefs than we do are probably decent human beings like the ones I met, who are at least willing to have a conversation with a stranger on a very touchy subject.
Thank you. Like and subscribe. I love you. Bye.
Can I